Right, so welcome to Fired Up with Blanca. I am your host. We're here at the Laws of Life Networking Group with the Laws of Life Networking. We've been networking all morning. I want to congratulate Stacy Roseman for winning the workshop with Danny Calafell, our guest of honor of the day. How are you, Danny Calafell? Good to have you with us.
I'm great. I'm great. What was her pitch?
Oh, well, Stacy Roseman is a trauma specialist specializing in four pillars of healing: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. And she helps people overcome trauma. She has 39 certifications. She's got 35 years of experience. And she's really about helping people live a healthier life by overcoming trauma.
Okay. Okay. So what was the pitch? What was she trying to sell?
Oh, well, her pitch was right now she's offering a complimentary 30-minute discovery session for her private coaching.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Very cool.
So,
Well, we'll see you Friday, Stacy.
all right. So Danny, you are a sales expert. You're also an investor, but tell us a little bit about your background. What inspired you to get into the sales niche? How did that happen?
Everybody's in sales. It's just recognizing, what avenue you take. Like for me, so I've been in business 11 years. I've had my consulting firm now about 9 years, almost 10. And, I started, I was a pro athlete for 18 years. So, making the transition into business, I started a record company because, when you're in the entertainment industry, you just get to know different types of, people within it. I was big on networking and getting to know people, and I met a lot of different types of celebrities, and I formed great relationships and great connections, and learned a lot, and it led me to start a record company. I've always had a passion for music. I played 5 instruments by ear before I learned how to read music, when I was younger. So started a record company, and this is where I had a big issue, which was, I didn't like having to rely on other people, because I knew that if I did what was necessary for me to do, then it would be my fault if I was successful. It would be my fault if I was to fail, right? So the fact is, when you have a record company to the size that I had, because I didn't have something like Sony, or I had relationships with Sony, Def Jam, Interscope, and Universal, but I didn't have the stable like they have. A lot of people don't understand. They have 1,200, more artists signed to their company. And what a lot of people don't understand is called a stable, because they know out of the thousands, it's a numbers game. Out of the 1,000 people that are signed, how many people are actually going to take it serious, put the work in, and really, really push themselves up to the top to compete with the rock stars that are up there, and really do something. And when that ends up happening, then they get that return on their investment. With my company, I had maybe 5-6 artists, so it wasn't that big of a size. Therefore, yeah, we put a lot into the artists, but at the same time, there wasn't that much we were getting back, because we were putting a lot of resources, a lot of money, a lot of effort and time. And if they didn't take it serious and they didn't push forward, we were at a loss, which was exactly what happened. So then I made the transition into corporate business. My father was very, very big into the business aspect. He worked with huge companies. My uncle, he's retired now, but he was VP of Exxon. And, so I had a business family, and my grandfather was a pharmacy. He owned, pharmacist. He owned medical centers and all of that. So I had that entrepreneurial background. But, what led me to the corporate side was the fact that I didn't like having to depend on other people. I knew that I was, depending on other people in a way that I would be successful, not in a way where I knew that they had what I needed, which was, resources and connections and things like that. So, like I said, I was always big on networking. So then that's what led me into corporate business. I started the company I have now. It just manifested into, what it is today. I didn't originally start having the amount of services that we have about 20 services now that we work with companies on. We deal with Fortune 500s down to companies doing about 2 million. And, mainly our sweet spot is small to mid-sized companies. And that's pretty much it. I mean, so what I got into, how I got into sales was just, getting out there and just, again, working on myself, meeting the right people. I've been around some of the most successful people, and it's just, it becomes habitual. It's not only habitual, but it becomes addictive, because when you're around success, it's just, you want more and you want more and you want more of it. And I'm talking about all aspects. I mean, these guys have, great relationships with family, loved ones, and, and then obviously on the financial side. So.
Well, some of the top entrepreneurs in the world come to you for sales advice. And every business person in the world wants sales. It doesn't matter what you do. In fact, even if you're a visionary, a philosopher, an artist, you need to sell whatever your vision is to enroll people in that vision. So what is the secret to selling, Danny?
Working on yourself and perfecting your craft.
Tell me more.
There's no silver bullet, I mean, even with success, right? There's a lot of times, we'll have, I partner with Grant Cardone, and there's a lot of times we have people within the network, and a lot of times they'll ask us, how do we become successful? What's the fast track? There's no silver bullet. It's really just perfecting your craft, working on one thing at a time, and really getting good at it. So, when it comes to the sales game, it's just, again, really investing time and effort into your abilities, and not getting arrogant. And I mean, as much information as I have to offer, I tell people all the time, I ask more questions than I give answers, so that's the best advice I can give. Just, really work on yourself.
Now, in the workshop that Stacy Roseman won today, and which is this Friday, what can we expect to see and learn for those who didn't win the workshop? The workshop, you're offering that at a pretty incredible price as well. We'll put the link in the chat and on this live feed. But what are you going to be teaching on Friday? What does that look like? All
right, so I'm gonna go over 4 things, and yes, it is a good deal. It's $97, and I'm dedicating 3 hours, and we're going to talk about mindset, which is extremely important, goal setting, okay, strategy, and then the execution part, how to put it all together, and how to ramp up. Because see, the whole thing is speed. A lot of people don't understand. It's like you have a lot of people, they want to be successful. They talk about they want to make millions of dollars and everything, but it's speed to market. How fast can you do that? And then how many more times can you do it again? So it's not, okay, I want to be a millionaire. It's how fast can I become one, and how many more times over can I do it? And that all has to do with having the right information, and that's something I learned. I was blessed, but at the same time, I put myself in those positions by being around the right people and getting access to that good information that would be able to ramp things up for me and have me understand and have a clearer mind on what it is that I needed in order to hit the level that I'm at now, and even further, because I have a lot more to go, and this is secrets of some of the most successful people. This is what they do. And it's all different levels of playing fields, whether you're in a career and you're looking to make, over 6 figures, or you're already making millions and you're looking to hit tens to hundreds of millions. It's just different levels of playing fields, and how many more times over can you do it? So what we're going to go over is, like I said, those 4 things, and it's 3 hours. And as I mentioned, companies pay us. For these same programs, companies pay us, at minimal on a yearly basis, 30 grand up to, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. And a lot of the material that we have, and if you guys know a Grant Cardone, then great. You already know what to expect. This is going to be hybrid content. This is stuff that I added in. This is also stuff that I pulled from other material that we already have. So you guys will get a workbook. When you sign up and you register, you get a workbook, and then we go from there on Friday. And the goal is, like I said, to get where you need to get to by the end of the year, not to get where you want to get to 6 years from now.
Exactly. Well, this sounds like this is such an incredible gift, and you created this especially for the Laws of Life Network. But everybody in the world is invited to this workshop. Okay, it's this Friday.
It's filling up fast too.
Is it filling up fast?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I mean, this is literally like winning the lottery, this opportunity. So for everyone out there, it is on my social media. Michelle, if you can drop the link for Danny's workshop in the Zoom chat and
Yeah,
also in the
they can
live
go
stream. Tell
drop
us
the
where.
link. It's gonna be dannycalafell.com/strategy 2021.
Okay. Say that one more time, just so everyone
Danny
knows.
It's my name, dannycalafell.com. And then you just put that /strategy 2021.
Oh, perfect. All right. So everyone I'm going to be there on Friday for sure. I cannot wait. Stacy Roseman, the winner of the pitch competition, will be there. Now, obviously, you've worked with entrepreneurs, companies from all over the world. And what you do for these companies, you're also not only helping them with their sales, but you're also helping them scale up. Is that correct?
That's mainly what we do. Yes.
So we were talking a little bit in our business breakout about scaling, and one of the things we talked about was hiring teams. And for example, in my case as a digital marketing agency, hiring graphic designers, hiring video editors, hiring copywriters. But whatever someone's business is the hiring of a team a prerequisite to scaling up?
Absolutely. It also has to do with getting familiar with people that you can work together with in collaboration to grow bigger, partner up with. It's huge. And a lot of times I mention that to people because sometimes people have the misconception that when they want to start a company or they want to get into entrepreneurship, they're going to try to do everything on their own, and that's where they fail. You can't do anything by yourself. Nothing great, massive, on extreme levels was ever achieved by one person and one person alone. It was all done by teams. It was all done in a collaborative effort. It was all done, working together through partnerships and again, just massive teams.
Wow,
You can't think about it like this. Think about Elon Musk trying to go to the moon and try to go to Mars or wherever he's trying to go to now. And imagine him doing it all on his own. How long would it take him to accomplish that?
That is so very true. You have a good point. I love how you're, such a believer in community. So what is your number one law of sales success?
What do you mean by that?
What's your number one philosophy? If you were to advise, what's the one pattern you find yourself telling your clients on how to be successful in the sales arena?
Like I said, you just have to work on your craft. That's why we have the programs that we have. I mean, we have the top training programs in the world. There's no other programs out there like what we have. I mean, this same material and content that I'll be going over on Friday, like I mentioned, is stuff that we deliver to companies. And, we massively change people's lives. We change the states and circumstances of a lot of companies and fast track their success. There's no other programs out there in the marketplace that do this as quick as we do with the results that we do.
Well, that is incredible. And it is such an honor to have you. How were you fortunate enough to partner with Grant Cardone? How did that happen? Because he's really
well. It's not a matter of the fortunate. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of I don't care how the skill set that I've developed over the years. I no longer look at how big or how well recognized the company is or anything like that. I look at it as if they match the core values that I have. And if they're able to offer my customers what it is that I would like to offer them and, what I believe in offering them. And when it came down to it, I was looking all over the place for, good companies to partner with and that can amplify and ramp up what I already had in place. Like we already had business programs, and we, not to the scale that I have now, but we had a lot of business programs. You know, we had a lot of different services that we offered, and we were working with different companies. And I looked around. You know, I looked at all the other organizations out there that offer sales training and business programs and all of that, and I couldn't find anything out there like what Grant has and had, because it was all with the tricks. It was all with the, you know, you fold your arms, I fold mine, you ask a question, I ask one right back. And, you know, it was all the gimmicks and all that stuff that salespeople are known to do and have been known for so many years, which is why people, when they get phone calls, they get frustrated, they get irritated. It's an immediate turnoff. It's what's turned a lot of companies away from sales too, and people, you know, and we do things in the right way. So, you know, when I came across this scenario with Grant, I was like, man, this is a perfect fit. It was just the synergy was there. Everything was aligned with what it is that I believe in, which is straightforwardness, transparency, honesty, you know, and integrity. And it just, again, it was just a perfect fit. The synergy was there. So, you know, we went to one of his conferences. I brought my VP with me, and we went together. And I was like, what do you think? And he was like, I like him. And I was like, all right, well, let's go forward and let's make it happen. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna see what we can do. So next thing you know, one thing led to another. Contracts were signed, and we took off.
Well,
It's been a little close to, no, actually a little over 2 years now.
Well, that is absolutely extraordinary. And just you and Danny has become a mentor in my business and is such a supportive friend and such an inspiration. You're always available. You're always answering questions. You're always helping people. And just, you know, coming to our networking group today and doing this incredible workshop this Friday. I really hope that everybody registers for it. And you can go to Danny Calafell/strategy 2021. We're going to go back.
You forgot the .com.
.com. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back into the Zoom networking. And if anybody wants to jump into the Zoom, ask questions, feel free. Thank you for watching this live, and we're going to go into Q&A with our networking group. Thanks for watching, everybody out there live, and feel free to jump into the Zoom if you want to ask some questions of Danny behind the scenes.